Hey everyone. In this video, we will be investigating the significance of the coordinates on a unit circle. Now, the coordinates of any point on the unit circle can be seen in this dynamic graph as I rotate through the angles from 0 to 360 degrees. What I'm going to do now is add a polar coordinate grid that will enable us to identify specific rotation angles. Okay, so for example, I can rotate the terminal arm counterclockwise until I hit 60 degrees. And at this point, I get the corresponding coordinates 0.5, 0.866. Now, I'm going to use my calculator to discover something quite interesting. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is make sure that my calculator is in degree mode. Degree mode here instead of radian mode because as you can see from the polar coordinate grid that the angle measures are in degrees. Okay, so now I'm just going to do two quick calculations. One is cosine 60 degrees and the other one is sine 60 degrees. Now you can see that cosine 60 gives me 0.5 and sine 60 gives me 0.866. Interesting. Where have I just seen that? It looks like the value of cosine 60 degrees is actually equal to the x-coordinate of the point where the terminal arm intersects the unit circle. And similarly, the value of sine 60 degrees, or 0.866, is equal to the y-coordinate at the same point. So does this always work? Let's try another arbitrary point. Maybe I'll rotate into, say, the third quadrant, and maybe I will go with, let's say, 247 degrees. Okay, so it gives me the x-coordinate negative 0.391, y-coordinate negative 0.9205. Let's just check the cosine and sine of 247 degrees. Okay, so indeed you see a match again. Cosine of 247 degrees is, when rounded to the nearest thousandth, negative 0.391, and sine of 247 degrees, again when rounded to the nearest thousandth, would be, or nearest 10,000th would be negative 0.9205. So it looks like the same pattern holds. The x-coordinate of the point where the terminal arm at 247 degrees intersects the unit circle is precisely equal to the cosine of 247 degrees, and the y-coordinate of the intersection is equal to the sine of 247 degrees. There definitely seems to be a relationship between the sine and cosine of an angle and the coordinates of the point where the terminal arm of that angle intersects the unit circle. So essentially what I can do is put away this calculator. Basically, I could just use my unit circle as my calculator instead of an actual calculator. And this is what I mean. Let's go into the fourth quadrant. So here I am in the fourth quadrant at 315 degrees. I've got these as my x and y coordinates, and I can conclude immediately that the cosine of 315 degrees is 0.707, and the sine of 315 degrees is precisely the y-coordinate, negative 0.7071. Okay, and I can do this for any angle. So if I'm being asked specifically about cosine and sine angles in degrees, I can dispense with my calculator and just use a unit circle looking only at the x and y coordinates. Okay, so the question is, why does this work? Well, let's go back to the first quadrant and add, we'll add the vertical. Okay, so we'll go back to the first quadrant, we'll add the vertical. So as I rotate, okay, you can see the vertical line connecting the point to the x-axis. And essentially what we have here again is a right triangle. Now, if you recall from your introductory studies in trigonometry, the cosine ratio is the ratio of the length of the adjacent side of the reference angle, which is right here, compared to the length of the hypotenuse. Okay, so for our triangle, that ratio would be at 60 degrees. I'm not quite at 60 degrees, so I'll just make that happen. Okay, so at exactly 60 degrees, the adjacent side would be 0.5, right? That would be basically the base of the triangle divided by the hypotenuse, which is 1. But of course, 0.5 divided by 1 is just 0.5. So really, the length of the base, or just the x-coordinate, is our cosine, right? So our cosine is technically 0.5 over 1, but because over 1 is really redundant, it just amounts to 0.5, and there it is. Okay. Similarly, if you are considering the sine ratio, you'll remember that the sine ratio is the opposite side divided by the hypotenuse. And the opposite side in this case is the height of the triangle, 0.866, but divided by 1, again, the 1 is redundant, and so our sine is just the height, or just the y-coordinate, right, at that point. So That's actually really cool. In fact, it's so cool, I'm going to say this. It's too cool for school. Now, here is a mystery that I need you to think about. What the unit circle gives us is the sine and the cosine ratio in the form of the coordinates. But there's only two coordinates, and yet there's three primary trig ratios. The third ratio is, of course, tangent. So what about the tangent of the rotation angle? How can you use the coordinates of the unit circle to determine the tangent of any rotation angle? That's the mystery that I'd like you to solve. See if you can figure it out, and until then, 再见.